and welcome back to my channel. Today is Coffee Date Thursday, so I have my mug. Let's see, it's 1:30-ish in the afternoon, and this is like my third warm-up. You know, because stuff happens, but today's video is getting up a little bit late because this is the second time I've had to film this, so hopefully this turns out okay and actually makes it to my computer. Hashtag technology problems. But anyway, I have some hazelnut coffee with some French vanilla coconut milk creamer, and it's delicious. And I also have a Ladies of Duck Dynasty cup with some very slushy sparkling water, which is amazing. So today's Coffee Date Thursday theme that we are doing because of Mother's Day is what being a mother has taught me. Now I'm gonna link a playlist with all of the other Coffee Date Thursday ladies who are also doing this tag or this prompt this week. And the other night I just kind of did a brain dump. I could probably do a series on, or an entire channel on what motherhood has taught me, but I just decided to write down some things. Side note, I've been using this little traveler's notebook that I got from the Pink Cow Boutique on Etsy, and I'll be doing a review later on, but this is kind of my YouTube planner. YouTube has been getting very, very busy for me, and it kind of needed its own planner. It's good, but just busy. So this is in no particular order what motherhood has taught me. It's just kind of a brain dump of all of the things that just popped in my head. The first thing is that my time is not my own. My time is not my own at all. Well, every now and then I'll get a little bit of time to myself to take a shower or to sew or to clean. And honestly, it's kind of bad that a lot of times when I have time to myself, I'm doing things for other people. It's not necessarily I'm doing something for myself besides like a shower. That's kind of necessary. But a lot of times when Mike will take the boys sometimes for a couple of hours on a Saturday, I find myself doing laundry, cleaning, and everything, which is good. But sometimes I want someone else to do that hard stuff for me so I can do the fun stuff. You know what I mean? So, you know, like it's like a job that you never ever leave, like 24 hours a day, you know. If you work a full-time job, you work your job, you come home. Sometimes you may get a phone call from a coworker or a boss in the middle of the night, but come on. This is literally all night long. Sometimes literally no sleep, working nonstop. Another thing is that what I need doesn't matter to a point. Everyone else's needs are going to come before mine. There are certain basic ones that obviously will come first. Eating, sleeping kind of, showering mostly. I know a lot of moms just say, oh, I can never have a shower by myself, or there's always someone banging down the door. Especially those moms who try to shower in the morning. Something that I learned early on in motherhood was that the best thing in the world is to get a shower after everyone has gone to bed at night. And I mean everyone in my house. I'm also a night owl, so that helps. But I don't ever have to worry about kids banging the door down because they're asleep. And if they do wake up, most of the time, Mike is there to take care of them if that has to happen. I've learned what matters and what doesn't. There are so many things I look back and things that mattered to me when the boys were babies that it just didn't matter then, and I thought they did, or they don't really matter in the broad scheme of things. And I'm sure that there are things that I worry about now that truly don't really matter. For example, back when they were little, I had this thing about, since I was doing the cloth diapers, that I was never going to use a disposable, ever. I'm going to do this and I'm never going to use a disposable and I'm going to be proud of it. Who cares? Okay. My boys don't have any problem skin-wise with disposable, so it just didn't matter. Another thing was that I was determined that I was never going to feed my kids formula. Brayden never had any formula, but he didn't have any weight gain issues like Caleb did, so I did have to supplement. I didn't have to, but I did supplement with formula with Caleb when he was really, really under 3 months old. I supplemented every now and then. But at that time, it killed me. And I know now that the point is that you feed your baby. Bottom line, it doesn't really matter how they're fed. I mean, we all know that breastfeeding is the best, but at the end of the day, they have to get fed, and formula works just fine. Another thing is, I know how to pick my battles now. There are times when I feel like all I say is no, and sometimes I just need to say yes. Like last week, we were doing a lot of wedding prep. Caleb and I were in a wedding last weekend, and I came down with strep last weekend, or last week. And there was one day where I had to go and pick up his tux and all this, running a couple of errands, and I felt like poo. And we went to Starbucks. I felt like I needed maybe a pick-me-up or something. So I got coffee, and he asked for a cake pop, and I said yes, because he was being awesome. He was really being patient. He was being sweet and helpful. And I thought, you know what? Now is a great time to say yes to something as simple as a cake pop. Another thing, the bar is lower in many areas, home and appearance. You guys can't see, but in front of me where I am filming, I have one of those trampolines that has like the cage around it. It's a small little kid trampoline, only one kid at a time, even though, let's be honest, I put 2 kids on there sometimes at the same time, but it's got one of those big cage mesh things around it in my living room, okay? I have a formal dining room table right here that is covered in Legos. I have this nasty old couch right over here from my husband's bachelor days. It's here. The bar is kind of low when it comes to stuff, because now I know we can't really, one, we can't really afford it, but 2, we're at a time in our life when we really can't have a lot of nice things because they're going to get broken. That time will come later on. I'm not going to worry about it. There are toys sometimes everywhere. To a point, that's totally fine. When it gets out of control, we got to move some stuff to the basement. We got to rotate our toys. But this is a house where kids live who are happy, and that's really, at the end of the day, what matters. As far as my appearance goes, it's kind of funny because there are certain things that I take better care of. Like my skincare, I spent a little bit, you wouldn't know, but I spent a little bit more on makeup now, because I know that for me to feel good, for me to be able to take care of my family, there's some things that I have to do that are better. I need to make sure that I take that bath every now and then, and I tell Mike I need this time to sit in the tub to take care of me so I can take care of everyone else. Let's see. I'm a bit of a feminist now. And when I say that, I don't mean like a pro-woman, anti-man or anything like that, but I think that I have learned really how strong women can be, what they put up with, what they endure, whether it's just motherhood, raising kids, whether you work full-time or part-time or from home or stay-at-home mom, whatever. We deal with a lot. We have a lot of pressure on our shoulders, and I don't think I ever knew women were this strong. And pregnancy, I don't know about you guys, but pregnancy threw me for a loop. It was hard, and labor with Caleb especially, hard. 2 major surgeries, my C-sections, really, really hard, and you're expected to just kind of return to normal life ASAP. It's really amazing. I never knew how afraid I could be, but I'm also braver than I ever thought I could be. When I say afraid, I mean I've never been so concerned about the well-being of another human life until I had children. I guess I never really knew how fleeting life really is until I saw it as a parent. I am a lot of times afraid of something happening to me. I know the Lord is going to take care of us, but there's just that natural fear. On the other hand, I'm also braver. There are a lot of things that I've done that I continue to do regularly just because I need to. It's a mind over matter type of thing. It's just being brave and doing the things that are really hard. I never knew I could love so hard and love more than one child equally but differently, if that makes sense. And what I mean by that is that I have two extremely different children who require different things of me, but I am able to, not wonderfully all the time, but I am able to meet those needs and love them in a different way, but the same. It seems like I am one mother to Caleb and a different mother to Brayden, and that's just how it's supposed to be. I said it kind of like this earlier, my mind over matter ability has greatly improved. There are a lot of times it's tough, especially when I was pregnant with Brayden, where I had morning sickness all day long, and I just had to push through, and it was fine. And there were some times that were hard, but I just did it anyway. And last but not least, I've become a little bit more introverted. I wouldn't call myself an introvert. I'm not an extrovert either. I've always been very, very social, but I think being a stay-at-home mom, just being around these people all the time has made me just a little bit more introverted. When I'm in huge crowds of people that I don't know, I get a little nervous. Like about a month ago, we went to the mall on a Saturday, all four of us, and we walked into the food court, and there's like a big kids play area in the food court. And we walked in and there were people everywhere. And I mentally, not physically, but mentally like curled up in a ball. And I was like, I want to go home. I want to go home right now. This is just too much. And, you know, I dealt with it, but it was just kind of an interesting thing. Now, we go to a very large church and there are a lot of people there, but I know them, it's comfortable, it's home, so it doesn't feel that way as much. But there are times when I am just so happy to stay at home and be with my people, if that makes sense. So I'm sorry I had to kind of rush through this. I didn't want this video to be too long. Like I said, I could do an entire series on this, maybe one day, I don't know. But these are just kind of some of the basic things that being a mother has taught me. Please be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you would like to see all of my videos. And of course, click the playlist below where you can see all of the Coffee Date Thursday ladies sharing what being a mother has taught them. What I want you to do is leave something in the comments below of something that, if you are a mother, something that motherhood has taught you, or if you do not have children yet, what is one thing that your mother, your parent passed on to you that you want to pass on to your family? Thank you so much for watching, and to all you moms out there, have a wonderful and restful, happy Mother's Day. Bye.